You know, everyone is affected by trauma. And so this isn't a problem that's going away.
Yoga is a great exercise for the body, the mind, and the spirit. And a Las Vegas couple has a nonprofit dedicated to introducing yoga to victims of trauma. We're joined now by the founders of Trauma Recovery Yoga, my friends Joyce and Darwin Boson. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having
me. T.R.Y, the acronym, is doing very well. You were just telling me you've landed in a whole bunch of new schools lately.
Absolutely, part of the Reinvent Schools program. And so bringing yoga to the daytime for the students to experience what we call mindful movement. Yep.
And you guys were very active and still are after 1 October. And have worked with first responders, I know that, and others who were deeply impacted by that. Tell us what this does for people who have been through a traumatic episode.
Go ahead, John.
You go ahead, my dear.
Well, we're in about 45 classes now with first responders. So what it is, in our video, it talks about that a bit, is how the central nervous system gets kind of activated after trauma, and then it kind of gets stuck there, especially when you have those shock traumas, like 1 October.
Because you have a tape that just keeps playing the same thing over and over.
Right, and we have all, you know, our hormones are flushing the system, and we have insomnia and all these other symptoms. So this method that we created is to just basically to calm the central nervous system and to get ourselves back in balance. Our nervous system, our hormones, and those things that keep us up at night, keep those flashbacks happening, keep those intrusive thoughts happening. We're just countering all of those things and getting us back.
Yeah, if we had more time, I want people to go to your website, because there they'll learn the story of why this is so personal for you and how this all got started, because it's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about some of the exercises. You're going to demonstrate some and talk about what they do for the body and the soul.
Yes.
You got a couple of chairs here,
Sure.
some seated positions.
Do this right here.
Okay.
So walk us through what you're doing and who you'd be doing it with.
So this is an example of what we do at like the 911 call center, because we work with some people there. So they don't have a lot of resolution. At the end of the night, they get a debriefing, and then we'll come in for a little chair with them, because that's, you know, they're on their next thing.
Yeah.
So I would just ask them to sit. We do what's called self-regulation. So this is a psychology. Everything we do is based in psychology and science. So first we just practice grounding, placing the feet on the floor, the hands on the knees, and allowing the self to notice everywhere the body is grounded, and then centering, pressing the navel towards the spine and noticing the center of the body, and then allowing the chin to drop and the eyes to drop, feeling safe and going inward. And now we work with breath. We do the 3-part breath, filling up the body as though it were a pitcher and you were pouring water into it. So from the bottom up, inhale, big belly.
And this is so beautiful, and I wish we had a 30-minute segment to do this. Unfortunately, we're so tight here, because yoga is all about relaxing and that introspection. I love what you're doing. Tell people where they can find your website really fast.
TraumaRecoveryYoga.org. Come to our Mob Museum event September 8th. It's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah, that is coming up at the Mob Museum. Again, September 8th, 6:30 to 9. Head over to their website, TraumaRecoveryYoga.org. Darwin, Joyce, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you're doing, too. All right.